Dear young ladies and dear young gentlemen, I'm sorry, I can't greet you in person, but I am long past the age limit for participation. Well, maybe that's a good thing, but let's get down to business. You have had the first 2 days of the conference on experimental culture, a term that seems not to be connected with auditing at first glance, but not so much at second glance, if we interpret the term in the sense of culture of experimentation. A big thank you to the organizers. You have hit the bull's eye. It is you, our young colleagues, who bring the most external impulses to our work, who naturally follow trends, who are most sensitive to the changing social demand. It's your natural curiosity and fresh point of view that can innovate our work and bring it closer to the reality of the world out there. The world around us is changing, and we must change too. Our mission is to give a true picture of how audited bodies manage public funds. And for that reason, we cannot afford to fall behind them. There is no point in giving the quality of a black and white television picture
when marimba rhythms start to play. Dance with me, make me sway.
When the standard for video quality today is 4K.
Like the lazy ocean off the shore, hold me close, sway me more.
That's why it's important to encourage approach to each individual auditor and cultivate a culture of experimentation in our organizations, both at the level of the audit profession and within the organizational culture. Many, often senior colleagues, would argue that we are too bound by our laws, audit standards, and methodologies and guidelines. But in my view, that's not what binds us. The obstacle to increasing our experimental capacity is not rules and guidelines, available tools or technology, but generally shared behaviors, beliefs, and values. And every successful experiment is accompanied by many mistakes. Authorities that have performance, predictability, and success written into their DNA may see these mistakes in the form of failed experiments as a waste of time and energy. But a failed experiment can also be interpreted as a learning opportunity, not just an expensive mistake. To be able to do this, we need to adjust the conditions not only in our offices, but also in our heads. The advantage and disadvantage in supreme audit institutions, including ours, is that people of three generations work together side by side. It takes patience and respect for one another to hear what we say. The situation is similar at the international level. I am speaking on behalf of EUROSAI, an organization of 51 members who differ fundamentally in many ways, in size, in tradition, in cultural background, in scope, in governance, and so on. But this organization builds on what unites us all. And what's that? A shared mission to protect taxpayers' money. International cooperation is a key part of our work. And thanks to sharing knowledge, we are stronger together. This is why the flagship of the Czech EUROSAI presidency has become the BEEP project, a platform that creates practical conditions for communication, cooperation, and comparison. Trying to do things differently is often killed by the fear of failure. Innovation is hindered by the so-called HIPPO, highest paid person opinion. I am aware that change must take place in our minds, in the minds of the senior management. And the new leadership must be an agile approach to the management. It's often associated with IT, but its elements are inspiring everywhere. Let's get inspired by the ability and readiness to react quickly. Let's be adaptable. Let's be able to get back to our assignment and modify it according to the current developments. All of this is not possible without undertaking changes. Be it a change in the management's approach, a change in our procedures, or mainly a change of our mindsets. Maybe some of my fellow presidents would not commend me for saying this, but I stand by it. My message to you is clear. Don't give up on us. Don't be afraid and stand up for your truth. And if your truth turns out to be wrong, don't lose your drive and come again with another idea. You should hang the following words of Francis Bacon on your office wall. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts. But if he will content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties.